Have you ever been completely defeated, wondering why your films don't look as good as other people? Thinking, what could really be missing? Is it a camera setting, a lens? Is it my camera? Is it a LUT that I need to get? Is it a gimbal that I need? Do I need better audio? And all of these functions definitely help improving the quality of your film. But today I want to focus on one pivotal component that I fully believe if you implement at your next wedding will help your film be 10 times better. And the secret really lies within your coverage. But more specifically, not just your coverage, the variety of your coverage. This is so important to build an immersive story that flows naturally, because the goal is to make a complete stranger feel as if they know these people and if they are experiencing this day themselves. And the way to achieve this immersive experience and create that feeling on the wedding day is to adopt the 4-shot system for every single moment. That includes one wide shot, one medium shot, one close-up, and then one creative shot. This way, when you come back to your editor, you're gonna have a logical progression within this one moment. And if you rinse repeat this process throughout the entire wedding day, you're gonna have more than enough content to really create and dress up a story that just feels super engaging and really immersive. A big mistake that I made early on was really not the lack of coverage, because I was filming more content than I really needed, but it was really the variety within my coverage. I would only stick to a few focal lengths, like a medium shot and a close-up. I really didn't get a ton of wide shots or creative angles in the early stages, and my films definitely suffered from it. But I totally understand when you're in the moment, you don't really want to risk moving or repositioning, because you want to make sure that you capture this moment in its entirety without any kind of movement. Second you move, that's when something emotional is going to happen. Trust me, I overthink that all the time, and it's just a real valid fear. But what ends up happening is you get back to your editor and you're like, man, this is just such a long, drawn out moment. I need to kind of spice it up. So you cut, you scale, and you jump back and forth, and it just doesn't feel as good, or it's not as effective as it could be if you really captured this moment in that wide, medium, close, and creative format. And the best practical way to do this on the wedding day is to use a zoom lens. That way you don't really have to reposition yourself. You can just zoom in, zoom out, and capture every focal range that you need within that moment. But you also want to be mindful of the length and the duration of each shot. For me personally, I focus on the 5-second rule for each shot that I capture on the wedding day. If you have enough time to go longer, really the longer the better, because that's going to give you a lot of creative flexibility later on in your edit. And if you have enough time to even extend that beyond 5 seconds, this is going to be a lot better for you, for the flexibility of how you create this film, the pacing, letting moments breathe, which is so important for wedding filmmaking especially. But if you get at least 5 seconds, that's going to be more than enough to work with. And another component to the variety that you capture, you want to be intentional and focus in on your camera movement. Subtle handheld movements or even static lockdown shots are much better than a ton of unmotivated camera moves. Your camera movement should always enhance the story, not distract from it. And personally, the best way that I feel that you can decide what movement is right is to really lean on the emotions unfolding in front of you. If the bride and groom is getting emotional during their first look, the first time they see each other, then you want to have subtle handheld movement here, so that the camera is really participating with them and kind of sharing in on that emotion that they are feeling. This is going to complement their feelings in a more realistic way than if you just had this shot locked off. So to recap, if you focus on building a scene for each moment, you lock in each moment for at least 5 seconds or longer if you have the time, and you are being present with what's happening in front of you and being intentional with your camera movement, your films, I promise you, are gonna look 10 times better. Thanks so much for watching day 3 of my 12 days of wedding filmmaking tips series. If you're loving this series so far, I would love to hear from you guys, so drop a like and a comment below. And if you wanna get notified on when the next video drops tomorrow, there is a link down in the description below to sign up for my newsletter. Either way, I'd love to see you over there and hear from you. So until next time, keep creating and telling beautiful stories. Peace.